Well, there they are, my well-earned 5K, 10K, half and full, and my 2 challenge medals. You know, I've been pretty silent on social media these past couple of months, and I needed that time to myself to wrap my head around what's happening in my life right now. I needed to have those all-day cry sessions and those poor pitiful me pity parties. But now I'm done. I'm ready to take on that journey. And I want to go out and run a little bit today and try to be grateful for the things that I have in my life. You know, I have a lot of great friends here in Spokane. One of them has taken me out tonight. Carol, you know who you are. And I have a lot of family and extended family that are going to help me through this journey that I've taken on. I didn't want to take it on, but I'm ready. So let's hit the road and let's be grateful. Let's try to be grateful for all the wonderful things that we have in our lives. Yep, that's snow, all right. My last run was in sunny Florida, and now we're back to wintry Spokane. I used to work with a lady that when I was feeling blue or down or negative, she would say, "Stop. Tell me 5 things right now that you're grateful for." Oh my God, I hated that. But you know what really helped? It really put things in perspective and made me truly realize how fortunate I was. So today, on my first run after Dopey, I want to talk about 5 things that I am very grateful for. And it's actually people. The 5th one is really a compilation of a bunch of people. So let's get started. First off, this past Dopey, that race really was not to be. That was not supposed to be in my future. I had tried many times to register and failed, so I had come to the conclusion I wasn't going to do that. But one very special person, Jenny, graciously gifted me her charity bib so that I could participate in the 2023 Dopey Challenge. Who knew how monumental that was going to be for me? Who knew that that was going to probably be the last race I was going to run for a long time? And I was running for a charity that was cancer for children, but here we are. So Jenny, thank you. And I'm not going to say last names because I haven't asked people if I could mention them. I'm going to try to get through here. Snow berm. Let's get through this. I am eternally grateful to you, Jenny, for giving me this opportunity to run the Dopey Challenge. What a pleasure it was for me to do that for you and for Kelsey's Hope. No words. No words. I am eternally grateful. Thank you. Number 2, you know, traveling from coast to coast, from West Coast to East Coast, is always difficult. And in January, it is particularly difficult. It seems to be getting more difficult every year. Well, this particular year, as I was flying from Seattle to Minneapolis, it was delayed. I got to Minneapolis, I ran to my connecting flight, only to be standing there. It was delayed for probably a half hour. And then we got on the plane, and I am not kidding you. We sat on that plane for 3 solid hours. The pilot had went over his hours, so he had to leave, and they were looking for another pilot to fly our plane. They found a first officer, but you need a pilot too. In the meantime, the snow started. They did find a pilot, but we sat there and sat there and sat there till his hours went over, so he couldn't fly. Then they canceled our flight. And then the airport closed. So there was no other flight I could get on. So here I am, not good at flying by myself. My son usually flies with me. So I'm in the airport at Minneapolis having a little meltdown. And this man came up to me. He is a pastor. He sort of took me under his wings. He helped me find a hotel. He helped me get transportation to that hotel. And as I was in the lobby getting checked in, it was myself and another lady were very negative. And he came up to us. And that's when he told me he was a pastor. And he said, you know what, stop. We need to take a moment and realize just how fortunate we are to have the resources that we're not sleeping on the floor at the airport. You're right. You're absolutely right. And we said a prayer, and then we went off to our respective rooms. You know, he was not of the same religion as I am, but I believe there is only one God. It doesn't matter what religion you are, there's only one God. And that day, I was grateful that God put this pastor in my life. And I asked him to please subscribe to my channel so that he could see that I wanted to thank him. So thank you for making me put things in perspective. As I went into my hotel room that evening, I had a little breakdown. I went on Instagram, and if any of you saw that, you saw that I was in a little distress. And a lady reached out to me through Instagram. Her name is Leanne. And she unsolicited gave me a donation to help. Well, she said I could use it for whatever I want. I told her I was going to help. That was going to help pay for the treatments as the bills had started coming in, and I was starting to feel a little distress about that. And that amount may not have been a lot to her, but it was huge to me. Leanne, thank you. Thank you. 4, Deb is someone who I think subscribes to my YouTube channel, but I know she does on Instagram. And she has been sending me, well, she had asked me early on when I first found the diagnosis if I would mind sharing my P.O. box address with her, and of course not. I totally trust her. Since that time, she has been sending me greeting cards with the worst bad dad jokes. And you don't know how tickled I get when I open up my P.O. box and I see an envelope with her return address. I get so excited. And the first one, I cried right there at the post office. But Deb, you don't know how much joy and how much warmth it really does. That those cute little corny jokes and those beautiful cards mean to me. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to have you in my life. Now, the 5th group that I am thankful for is my Run Disney family. As I was in Orlando for this past race, people would come up to me on the race course, and I don't know you, but of course you know me. They would stop me, hug me, tell me they're praying for me. People at the airport would come up to me, people at the parks, at my hotel. There's one individual in particular that I want to point out, and again, I won't give last names, but his name is Matt K. He has reached out several times through Instagram and Facebook Messenger, and I don't know how he does it. He just has a way of saying just the right thing. He puts things in perspective, and he makes me feel better about things. I don't know how you do it. Your wife is a very lucky lady, and she better know that, because you really do you just know the right things to say. Thank you. Thank you to all my Run Disney family. Without you, I don't know. I am so blessed. I am so very blessed. So those are my 5. Those are my 5 groups of people and individuals that I am so fortunate and grateful to have in my life, because you all have made this not easy, but a little bit more palatable. Please do not take my lack of response or delayed response to your Facebook messages and your Instagram messages as me not wanting to hear from you, not wanting you to reach out. Totally the opposite. It takes me a bit. It really does. I truly appreciate all of you, and I am so happy that you reach out to me. I love it. I truly do. I truly do. Please keep them coming, because you don't know how much it means to me. Next week, we are going to meet the team. The team that is going to help me race to recovery. I've already met with my oncologist. I've had my first appointment with her. But I meet everybody else in this coming week. And hopefully we will have a surgery date, and hopefully we will have a plan. But today, I need to get out and run, because I understand running will be out of my future for a little while once surgery happens.
Emptied out my soul. You've heard it all before. Honest, but I know. Left these years ago. I was young and I'm old. Still could fill the void. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done, what do we do to love?